Hey, it's Nick from Star Trims ProWraps. I got Daniel Nava here for the week. He's kind of a guest installer helping us out with a few projects. I wanted to touch on a little bit of the old Dodge we're working on here and talk to Dan about what he does and what his company provides and go from there.
All right. Well, thanks for having me here this week. A little bit about what I do with IBOW. We're a national training network, soon to be international. I'm also a 3M authorized trainer, 3M certified installer, low-end certified, multiple certifications, and that all collaborates into what we do with IBOW and assisting shops, not just with installations, but with design techniques or setting up files, going through the shops. So I go around the country doing this, and 43 states I've been through, and hundreds and hundreds of shops over the years, even as just an installer. And what I found in coming to Riverton, Wyoming, much to my surprise, was a shop that was far more organized and ahead of the times than I had anticipated. Coming to Star Trims, not only being with the great people here, seeing that they are beyond what I typically walk into for a training situation. And then also with what you guys are doing with designs, your designer, you guys are investing in so many positive directions, and you're ahead of some shops in major cities.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, not to mention you've had an interesting week finding Wyoming and getting here.
Getting here, altitude sickness, you name it, it's been interesting. But it's been pleasant. Despite me being sick and all that, been pleasant because the people that are here, Star Trims, they care about, not just about their work. So again, just
that's Star Trims is tough because we have such a small market with so much competition that we want to do every job. It may take us a little longer, but it is on point. And the customer always leaves happy. We don't try to rush anything out just because we want to stand out from our competitors that much.
So, yeah, standing apart. When you picked me up at the airport in Casper, for those of you that are going to watch this from around the world, give you an idea. I fly in from Indianapolis to Denver and then hop on a little plane that I can't even stand up in, and I land in Casper. And I make my joke to the guy sitting next to me, if you see my face on the news, you know I'm going to Riverton. And it was, a little joke. I had no idea what I was getting into. I walk outside of the airport and I see this amazing design wrap truck. I'm like, holy cow. And the guy's walking up to the truck and I said, are you Nick? He says, no, I just want to look at this badass wrap. So I'm looking at that, and I'm also looking out at nothing beyond the airport and the mountains and antelope, and like, how is this wrap existing where I am right now? Well, it's because Nick and Rob and their ability to be worldly, and they have been before settling here in Riverton, I think is going to give them the advantage to just dominate. And they continue to be worldly with social media. They go to other training classes in other states. They're constantly looking for the next thing to better themselves. Am I allowed to speak on our conversation yesterday?
Yeah.
I'm partnered with IBOW magazine. I do a ton of stuff with them. Just good friends, good people. And we had our conference call with them yesterday. We're getting them set up as a IBOW dealer. Wheels, paint protection film, vinyl, tools. Window tint.
Yeah.
And they're going to be an exclusive shop for a 100-mile radius and start offering Riverton and surrounding areas, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
This will travel far. IBOW style vehicles, IBOW edition vehicles. That's a market and a world that I live in as I go to a lot of the trade shows. I work in a lot of the trade shows. We've worked in the IBOW booth. We've worked in this booth, that, AMSOIL. And that's the world that I live in almost every day, even if I'm not at the shows. Those are the people that I'm fortunate enough to be able to communicate with.
Yeah.
And you guys are stepping into that realm with IBOW now too.
Yeah, and like I told you, I mean, as a kid, or a teenager, I should say, dub wheels. I mean, dub edition stuff was just, I was all about that. I wanted to be that kid with 26-inch wheels on a Dodge Dakota.
Right,
that lifestyle I love, and so bringing that into Star Trims is huge. I'm beyond excited for that.
Yeah, it's a game changer. Like I was telling you guys yesterday, once I've known these guys for years, but once I started being able to promote that I'm doing stuff with them, it actually made a lot of changes for my business as well. Now, granted, IBOW, we've been pushing that and really pushing forward with a lot of ideals. Our trainers, our members have to be people. Thank you. Just as we've been able to goof around and all that here, we take ourselves seriously, but personalities we can't. And you guys have that as well. It's serious. Work has to get done, but let's have some fun along the way.
Let's make some bad jokes while we're working.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, we can sit down afterwards and talk and all that. It's not, I have to be in my hotel and out of here.
Right. No, your time here has been fun, for sure. I mean, some of the tricks and tips you've taught us from the design room to the vinyl. I mean, I think we had a pretty good grasp, and you have helped IBOW, and you have helped fine tune that in such a way that, I mean, our production is going to increase and our product to the customer is going to be greater.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And one thing that makes me happy, that makes me happy to hear, because that's the heart and soul of not just what I do, but who I am. My business partner is my fiance, Christine Walthauer. She'll be watching this. Hey, babe. She is the exact same way. So much so that you have to tell her to stop helping people sometimes, and she's not going to, But so the IBOW, a lot of people don't know this. I've been speaking with Kyle about this. The name and the logo are her brainchild. The logo here is it real big there? Yeah. Sorry. I have to look at what I'm wearing. That was every bit of her brainchild that we developed on the plane coming home from SEMA one year. And that's the mindset, the caring, the sharing, and all that. So having her as a partner brings so much to the table too. The female perspective is so valuable, and what's going on with that right now in the industry, I don't know. I don't think I've had a conversation with you. There's an organization called WOW, Women of Wraps, and Christine is part of that organization, and it's women empowering each other, because they've been in the shadows in this industry for years, and within the past few years, they're coming to the surface, and there are some badasses out there.
Oh, I follow, I think it's Vinyl Vixen on Instagram, and watch a lot of her wraps. I mean, it's amazing what they do out of their shop.
Yep. There's obviously Chrissy, there's Jen Carney out of Florida. She's actually one of our newest members. We've not announced it to the world yet, so
ta-da.
This is going to beat us to it. There's Caroline Shaw out of Florida. Anastasia Youngash at Rapworks. She helps him. That business runs. The two of them are, this industry is going in such a positive direction, and seeing you guys right here, and to see the people that you've already worked with and met and all that, again, I was surprised when I showed up.
You've met Stacy. I mean, she does all of our social media and marketing and our merchandise stuff for our e-store that's coming online. But she comes out here and pulls vinyl, as you've seen. I mean, she comes out, helps.
She's out here helping us.
Right. And then that's it. I mean, I did the social media for a while, and then as we grew, I couldn't get to it as much. And so having Stacy take over, I got her input as a female, and then just of course a little easier off me. But she's taken social media places in a week and a half to where I wasn't getting it in 2-3 months. So the women in the rap industry are just as big, I think, as some of us.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you're able to talk like that, because again, it's hard for some men to be able to do that. I don't know why. And sometimes people just forget the people that help them too.
Yeah.
But here you are, Riverton, and I'm peeking off to my side, and I'm looking at the Ceramic Pro. That's another one. Matthew Kelly of Ceramic Pro. We need to tag him in this.
He's a little better.
Yes. Again, to hear when I showed up, you were talking about Ceramic Pro. I'm like, oh my God, all the way out here. I know Ceramic Pro is vital. They're all over the place. They support our Tools for Success program as well. but to come to this little town and see that you guys are already,
The only certified installer in Central Wyoming for
Yeah.
Ceramic Pro, and I love this product. We've played with it a little bit. This is our first week of fully coming out saying, hey, we've got Ceramic Pro. This is what we're doing for our PPF and vinyl, and then for paint protection. I mean,
Yeah.
I love the product. It's awesome.
well, and the conditions out here, the dust, the stones, everything. I mean, a car sits outside for an evening and it's covered in dust.
What is it? 100 degrees in the summer, 30 below, 40 below in the winter. I mean,
Yeah.
the vehicles here take a beating.
So Ceramic Pro is a product that will, hopefully the word gets out because people will flock to you.
Yeah.
I believe they will. Protecting the car, protecting the wrap and all that.
I mean, it's an investment. You're protecting your investment. I mean, I know they've said it in some of their videos, protecting your investment. I mean,
Yeah.
it truly is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I've taken enough of your time, Dan. I'll let you get back to work.
Yeah, man. We've
Thanks
got
for talking
a few
with me.
things to get done.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.